Very exciting video. We're going to talk about the new raids coming to the game. This is long overdue. My goodness. Get out of my way, Bifrost and Pegasus. We're going to talk about two new raid teams, which is going to be ORCHIS and the new Night Stalkers team. And we're going to speculate on what the new characters. We have a lot of data mines that pretty much tell us what these characters are going to be. And we're also going to look at how the new raids are going to play out. Before we get into that, there is a brand new player gift code, Pool Party 2. There was already Pool Party 1, but now there is Pool Party 2. I've already plugged this code in, and I got 100 T4s, 500 power cores, and what is that, 20 gold orbs. Here is a list on Destructoid.com of all the current codes. If you've not tried all of these codes, please do. The rewards are absolutely worth it. Shuri, Pool Party 1, Knight, Venom Free, Gambit, and Pool. It's pretty easy to do. Log into the website, marvelstrikeforce.com. Log in with your Scopely ID. Click on your icon and then select New Player Gift, and it'll bring you to this screen shown here where you can import the code. Now, let's get to the raids, and we're going to have some speculation towards the end of the video, but we're going to start with what we actually know and an official Scopely information. We have the raid maps. We're going to circle back to this before we speculation, but I want to get into what we actually know. Gear up for the newest raid and earn payloads of Crimson Gear. Raid on ORCHIS. Thump baddies and grab Crimson Gear with your alliance with the newest raid that's coming your way soon. Raid on ORCHIS calls on your top squads and some of the newest raid teams to dispatch enemy waves, including the upcoming Tech ORCHIS team. We've got some data mines that pretty much tell us what's going to be on that team. ORCHIS, you can see right here, there's a Sentinel head, right? So we're going to talk about that. We have some more information in future blog on ORCHIS. Another team you'll see below, Night Stalkers. And we kind of knew about some of the Night Stalkers. There was some fan voting about Karen Page tied to Morbius. And then we also have Man-Thing and then a rework potentially to Moon Knight. And we'll talk about another potential rework and Blade. We'll get there, right? But for now, let's take a look at this new raid. Two unique maps. Raid on ORCHIS will feature two unique maps for your alliance to choose from. Raid on ORCHIS and Raid on ORCHIS Omega. Omega is going to have more nodes. It's just that simple. One will have 71. One will have 51. The difficulty and the power will remain the same. So this is going to be for alliances that are not at the max 24 members. My feeling is that to do the 71, you're going to have to be at 24 members, and it's going to require coordination on Discord. So if the situation in your alliance is that you need to go about it with less members, then you have the option of doing 51. Improved rewards, right? And a greater challenge. Now, this is the good news, right? You'll need top squads composed of the following traits for various mission nodes: Bio, Mutant, Mystic, Skill, and Tech. And my best guess is that the old Mystic team of Bifrost will not perform well in this, and the same will be true of Pegasus Tech. And they are going to give modifiers which are specifically going to boost the new teams and are not going to boost the old teams. So we'll talk about that right here. ORCHIS, which is going to be a tech team, my guess, because it is tech team, has to be a tech team. Hive Mind, Extreme X-Men, which the interesting thing about this Extreme X-Men, which is going to be Cyclops instead of Old Man Logan. I'm guessing that Old Man Logan will still be the best pick. Night Stalkers, which we're going to talk about in Spider Society. So this is going to be where the boosted stats are going to be on these 5 teams. So my best guess is that Bifrost and Pegasus are out. Each map will contain a default difficulty and 3 additional difficulties which are toggled with the difficulty selector. Here are the character requirements for each difficulty. Blue ISO. It was wildly speculated that this was going to be purple ISO, and a lot of people were making speculative decisions on upgrading raid teams versus upgrading, the important arena teams and so on, based off of whether or not it was going to be purple ISO. This is blue ISO. And the reason why this is important is that purple ISO is going to be the gatekeeper, the bottleneck for DD8. This is not a part of that. So blue ISO 5 T2 level 5 is blue ISO 5 on the maximum difficulty. Now there's going to be combat modifiers. The combat modifiers are going to affect the 2 new teams and the 3 old teams. Selecting any difficulties activates combat modifiers, which are buffs. At the beginning of battle, you're going to get extra barrier and get base stats excluding health. So the base default is a 64% base stat without health with a 30% barrier. And you can see as the difficulty increases, the numbers go down. These are not additive. Basically, difficulty 3, your team is not going to be boosted as much. Orchis, Hive Mind, Extreme X-Men, Night Stalkers, and Spider Society. Here are the rewards. And this is to be expected Crimson Gear, Armor 19 Orbs, so on and so on. The mega difficulty will have first time rewards earned when reaching difficulty 50% on difficulty 1 or higher. I'll have a full rundown of the new ORCHIS teams and upcoming blog, so be on the lookout for that. In the meantime, commence speculation on who and what are going to be part of the Night Stalkers team and begin coordinating with your alliance raid on ORCHIS. Well, we're going to do that, but before we do that, I want to go over the maps. And the maps are shown here, and the way that I'm interpreting it is that there's 2 lanes, and it all meets up in the middle, right? And on the left lane, it starts with Mutant, which I'm guessing will be Extreme plus Old Man Logan, and that'll be okay. Mystic, which I think is going to be a nightmare. I think it's going to be a nightmare until we get the Night Stalkers team, and I'm expecting the ORCHIS team to come before the Night Stalkers team. My best guess is that the Mystic Night Stalkers team is going to be tied to the month of October, maybe like a Halloween type of thing. You know, we'll see, but I'm guessing that the Tech team is going to come before the Night Stalker team. Then we goes Tech, which should probably also be a mess. Then Skill, which we're going to use Spider Society, and Bio, which is going to be Hive Mind. Okay, and then in the middle, there's going to be some nodes. So both of these lanes, I'm best guessing, is that they're all going to feed in here. I don't know why they didn't just put like an arrow pointing up here. Now, the way that I'm reading this is that the other side behind me is going to start off with Skill, then Tech, then Mystic, then Bio, then Mutant. What this is suggesting to me is that getting through Tech and Mystic, you know, is going to be a challenge on both sides. One is going to hit Mystic first, and the other one's going to hit Tech first. But I just know it's going to be hard, and it's going to be hard without the new teams. Let's get into the speculation part of the video, which is going to be ORCHIS and Night Stalker. ORCHIS is going to be tied to Sentinels, right? And Nimrod. Now, inside of the data mines, briefly for one day, I believe they accidentally showed the player icons for Nimrod and for a Sentinel. So what the rest of the team will be, you know, it'll be Tech, probably some villain Tech. I do not know. There was speculation in a Boilan video that it was going to be Omega Sentinel, and there's already mention of the word Omega inside of the ORCHIS raids, which is going to be the toggle, which is the difference between 71 and 51 nodes. Then we have the Night Stalkers. So this is the Wikipedia for the Marvel's Night Stalkers, and you'll see over and over in these comic book covers, you know, Blade, right? Blade's in a couple of them there. So what do we know? We know about Karen Page. This was a vote, a player vote, and then we got to vote on who her mentor was, and that was Morbius. Hence we get this character right here, which is a hybrid of Karen Page and Morbius, or I don't know if Morbius bit her and then she became like a version of, I don't know. Then there was also a vote for a player rework, which the community decided upon Moonlight. And then there was also Man-Thing. Now, inside of the data mines, which I showed here in this video, I don't know, this was 9 days ago, that there was a change log file, and big shout out to QuickDraw that found this in the data mine, that something changed in the code of Marvel Strike Force related to Elsa Bloodstone. So that is pure speculation. It would kind of make sense if Elsa Bloodstone was a part of the Night Stalkers team, and then also Blade. Boilan's predicting Blade. If we go to the Wikipedia for Night Stalker comics, we'll see Blade on all of the covers, or the covers shown here. And I think there's a renewed interest in the Blade and Blade movies, Wesley Snipes, all of that, and the Deadpool movie, and so on and so on. Let me know what you think. We needed new raids for a long time now. I can't wait. Hopefully this comes sooner than later. Bye for now.